What's up, guys? Your boy Clint here. This is going to be my first post, so congratulations on just being here and witnessing this historic moment. So I'm going to be a new YouTuber that's going to be, jumping onto YouTube, talking about cryptocurrencies. So this first video, I don't really have a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to what you would normally see or expect to see when you're looking at a YouTuber. What I am going to do, what I want to do in this video is, as it's a first, basically what you would do in your first day of class or first day of anything, and you first introduce yourself. So I'm going to introduce who I am, and let you know just what I'm about, and just kind of give you my story. And basically what I want this channel to be about is basically it's not going to be any financial advice, first off, and secondly it's basically just going to be you being able to witness me on my journey of trying to be successful at this cryptocurrency thing. And notice what I just said, trying to be successful, because at the moment, and currently I actually am kind of successful. I think anytime you make some profit, you're pretty successful. And now I'm not no millionaire or even 100,000 there or even 10,000 there, not just yet. But I'm moving up that way. I'm halfway to the 10,000 there, But and so I'm moving, and it's only been a month. So I'm pretty excited about this. And I just want to kind of share my journey with you guys, and at the same time I get to kind of help educate and spread the word to make this more a popular field and industry sector, so to speak, which in turn will make this more popularized, and as more people are getting into it, that's more money that's going to be funneled into it, meaning we all get to benefit. Because if you get in it early enough, as more and more people get into it, we're all going to just benefit, right? Oh shoot, I forgot to put my seatbelt on. Don't be like me. So name is Clint. I'm from Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, in the military right now. That's my primary job. Side job as an Uber driver. Go to school full time, trying to get my bachelor's degree. And about a year, I'm just under a year shy of completing that. Really like 10 credits away. About to making this video right now on the road, because when I get home it's straight to the books. So I got done with Christmas break, and I'm about to go ahead and get back into these books. So I've been in the cryptocurrency world for about a month. Like I said, started literally on December 4th. And I've been kind of keeping track of this. So I had a friend that well, the first time I heard about cryptocurrencies was back in January. I was around some people, and they were talking about investments and stuff like that. I was talking about how I was invested in some stocks. They were talking about how they invest in Bitcoin. I was like, oh, okay, Bitcoin. I heard of that before. I don't know what it is. I just know it's some kind of digital form of something that you mine and people pay money for it. I didn't even know the term cryptocurrency at the time. A few months went by, about half a year went by. I heard the term again, started seeing it on Facebook pages and stuff like that. Don't know how it got on my Facebook page, but it just started popping up all over the place. Probably because I look up for investments, and then so the term investment probably populated Bitcoin in there since it was popping at that time. And then finally November hit, and that's when Bitcoin hit 9,000. And every single week I kept hearing something about the Bitcoin all-time high, Bitcoin all-time high. Every single day it hit a new high, and then for about a couple weeks it seemed. And then in December, by the time December came out, it was sitting around about $20,000, or is moving its way up towards $20,000. In December, it actually ended up hitting, I got into it while it was around 13,000 or 14,000, and then it started shooting up, got up to like 16 and 17 and 18,000, and I was invested into it, and I first started out with only about $200, right? Because for the past 6 months I was using this app called Acorns, where it kind of invests your money. You swipe anytime. You can link your credit card up or debit card. Swipe anytime you spend money. It rounds it up to the nearest dollar and puts that into a kind of like a brokerage account, and it invests that money into kind of like a mutual fund. And I had invested it so far up to about $1,000, and my total profit from that entire account was about $30 over the past 6 months. And so I just took $200 and put it into a wallet called Abra, and basically I let that grow for about a week before I realized it was, well, not really realized, it was about a day, and I realized, because the first day it had already grown to from $100 to $110, and I was like, okay, that's all right, and then from $110 to $120 the next day, and then by the end of the next week I was sitting at like $170, $150, $170, somewhere around there. I was like, man, I made more money in 1 week with $200 invested than I made in 6 months with $1,000 invested. So I was like, you know what? It's a good idea probably to get into this Bitcoin cryptocurrency world. And I started diving into it more, got it more and more excited, started looking into it, trying to figure out, all right, what's different. I saw I could buy on Abra, I could buy Bitcoin, and I could buy Ethereum, and so those are the only two I could buy from there. And so I started looking at YouTubers, and that's the only two I knew about. And I started looking at YouTubers and other YouTubers, and that's where I started learning about all these other different cryptocurrencies, basically. And I was sitting there just like, oh man, I want to try to get into that. How do I get into it? How do I get into it? And it took me a while. Took me about another week and a half before I figured out, oh, that's how I get into it. Okay. And it took me about a week and a half of research, video watching, and a lot of different downloads of a lot of different apps, and some of them I thought was scams, but realized like, I just didn't know how to use it. But so and I'll talk about more of that in the future. But yeah, that's and and so far throughout this first month, it's been a roller coaster, you know. But I put my principles down. You know, I'm going to use my head, think about what I'm going to be doing, do some research on companies, figure out what I need to be looking for, and I've been doing that so far and haven't had any negative trades. I would say I think I might have had, maybe, only reason I stammer is because I think I may have had one, and that was only because actually I had one, and it wasn't negative because it just was a bad trade. It was negative because I was really wanting to get into another investment, and I needed some more capital to do it because I had spent all my capital. So I just decided to pull out of that, put it into another one, because I was only a few dollars negative. So I put it into another one, figured out if I put this in there, I make that money back plus some, which I end up doing. So other than that, you know, from there I've just been continuously investing. So far I've invested about $5,000 of my own money, and so far profit wise is about $2,000 profit wise. So I'm sitting at about I'm sitting at about $7,000 for my entire account, or for my entire portfolio. So it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well, and I look forward to you know, what I really look forward to is, you know, looking back on this video in 12 months and basically, you know, just cringing at my my lack of experience and my presentation here, and also just being able to look back at my entire portfolio and realizing, oh snap, man, that's all I had, and now I got all of this. I truly believe that at the end of this year, you know, I will be able to have at least $50,000 to my name. Yeah. Probably not 50,000. Probably somewhere around 30,000 though. I can realistically say about 30,000. So and I keep you guys in tune with my progress reports as far as where I'm at with meeting that $30,000 goal. So mark my words, right here today, January 9th at 7:25 Eastern time, that I will have $30,000 to my name by December 31st, 2018. And with that, I'm signing off.